Jack Dorsey tweeted that we don't own Web3, like quoting the tweet, like, you don't own Web3, the VCs and their LPs do. It will never escape their incentives. It's ultimately a centralized entity with a different label. Know what you're getting into. So my question for you is like, so based on this tweet, so he said like that Web3 is owned by a few venture capitalists, mostly the same guys, same story from Web2 with different characters. So do you think, what do you think about this point of view, and do you think it was a misleading generalization?
I think it is a misleading generalization. Yes, obviously, there's a lot of VCs who want to invest in Web3. But what is ownership in Web3? What is Web3 all about? It's about the community sharing in the economics of the network. Just because VCs have some share of, let's say, a holding company that is setting up a business doesn't give them ownership of the network. This is the difference. Facebook and Twitter, the ownership of the network was only with the shareholders and not the users. So it's a fundamental misunderstanding of what Web3 is all about. Web3 is the shared ownership of the network. That's how I think of it. So I get what he's saying. He's basically saying, well, Bitcoin didn't start backed by VCs, but I'm sorry, but stuff like Square, that, you know, Strike, stuff like that, the layer 2 payment solution, well, there's venture capitalists in that. You know, capital needs to come from somewhere. It doesn't all come from individuals, and you're not allowed to raise initial token sales from individuals without breaching securities laws. So it's a bit disingenuous to talk about it in that way, and it's a bit misunderstanding about what Web3 is. Yeah,
internally, me and Gelf, we are discussing that maybe, like, we know that he's a Bitcoin maximalist, and maybe this can be interfere on his judgment some way, right?
That's right. And there's nothing wrong with somebody focusing their attention on one particular area of this new revolution, the blockchain revolution, digital assets. But it doesn't have to be at detriment of everything else. That's crazy. It's not a zero-sum game.
Yeah,
but his idea is if we don't create sound money first, it's all lost.
Yeah.
Okay, that's his opinion, and good for it, Jack. Go for it. Get people around you, build stuff, do stuff. But don't take away from other people doing other things in the digital asset space